Hey, this is Ethan here with another barefoot shoe review. I'm away on vacation at the beach this week, and I thought what better place than the beach to look at a brand new pair of sandals. In this video, we're gonna have a look at the Drift Sandals from ZuZu Barefoot. ZuZu was kind enough to send me two different models. I have the Drift in a brown colorway, and then in a later video, I will have the Groove in a eucalyptus colorway. As always, just a reminder that if you find this video helpful, I would appreciate if you like and subscribe to help me build up this channel and have more opportunities to review more barefoot shoes. Now, I have been wearing these sandals for a couple weeks now, and I do want to share my thoughts, but before we do, let's have a look at some of the main features. First, having a look at the stack height, we're at 9 millimeters here. Still plenty of flex. You can't necessarily roll them up all the way, but you can get some good bend there and flex. You can still feel the ground and gravel beneath you for the most part. It's not going to be quite as noticeable and quite the same ground feel as some of their more minimalist sandals that ZuZu offers, but I think that the 9 millimeters gives you that nice flexibility to kind of handle whatever you need with still being pretty minimal. Having a look at the outsole, we have a nice rubber tread here in kind of a V-shape pattern with some pretty good texture. You can see the branding here with the ZuZu Barefoot logo. And again, we have that V-shape pattern with fairly deep ridges in there as well. Flipping it over, the footbed is a canvas material. You can see the outline of my feet here. I have been wearing these quite a bit. They have been kind of my daily sandals. I've been wearing them out all over the place for the last couple weeks. Next, let's have a look at these straps. So we do have 3 different strap adjustments here. We have a heel strap Velcro, we have a toe strap Velcro, and then a Velcro that goes across the foot. I found that each of these are very easily adjustable. The Velcro is very strong, stays in place very nicely. And what I've personally found is I've adjusted the heel to get my foot in the right position, then gone with the toe strap, and then finished off with across the foot. And then whenever I take these on and off, I simply just undo the one across the foot. I can slide my foot in nice and easily, and then I just do that one strap. I have really liked these 3 strap adjustments. I like that I'm able to kind of cinch down the back to slide my foot forward a little bit more. I like that I'm able to open up the front a bit more because I do have pretty wide feet. So you can see that these are at about a halfway point of adjustment. And then being able to finish it off with that across the foot makes for easy, quick adjustments. I can adjust things as I need real time. In terms of comfort, again, I've been wearing these a lot. I really like the way they feel on my foot. They stay in place. I don't mind wearing them for hours at a time out on long walks. I've done some quick little jogs in them even. I don't know that I would necessarily choose these for running. I prefer more of that Huaracha style sandal minimalist that ZuZu offers, which we'll look at in a later video. I prefer that more for running, but I think these can certainly do well running, but I've been using them a lot for walking around and just doing daily activities. I think these sandals have really been shining for me. Continuing on the topic of comfort, initially this buckle here, this little triangle buckle, with where it hits right below the pinky toe. For the first week or so, I experienced some discomfort there, almost a bit of a blister. It was kind of wearing at the skin. Didn't fully blister, but it did get a bit sore. Again, that was about for the first week, and then once I broke them in a bit, I wasn't really having that issue anymore. But that's something to consider, that for me, because that's my widest point in my foot, is that bone below my pinky toe and the bone below my big toe. With that being the widest point of my foot, I was getting a decent amount of rub there, even though I do have this already kind of where I need it. And one thing I found is I didn't need the front toe strap as tight as I had it, so I had it tighter for that first week. Then once I loosened it up and realized I don't need to have that as tight as possible, that's when I started getting a bit more comfort. And again, maybe that rub went away a little bit at that point, or maybe I just got used to it. Could be one or the other. Now, looking at the aesthetics of the sandal, I think it's a really nice looking sandal. The strap and the footbed are a very similar tone of brown. The strap is slightly darker, but it is pretty close to almost the same tone. One thing I kind of wish it was a little bit of a darker strap just to kind of add some contrast there, but you may prefer having more of that same tone there. And if you do, I think it looks really nice. I honestly haven't had any issue wearing these with all kinds of outfits, whether I'm going for something a little bit nicer, maybe with some chino shorts, or if I'm just throwing on some athletic shorts or something. I think these look good with pretty much any outfit. They can be sporty or they can be dressed up a bit. The branding on the sandal is there, but but it is subtle. I do like that. We have just this nice little black tag logo here, as you can see. That's on that foot strap, so that's kind of on the side of your foot. And then we also have the branding here on the footbed, just kind of underneath the arch of your foot. And then, as I mentioned, we also have the branding on the sole. In general, I don't mind that at all. The canvas is nice and durable. Again, you can kind of see my foot imprints here. It's been very comfortable. It is a little rough, but I don't feel that on my feet. It's gotten wet, no problem. It dries, doesn't get slippery at all. I actually have started to like this canvas. I thought I would like the leather footbed a bit more, which again, we'll talk about in the Groove review. But I do actually really like this canvas. I think it's a bit more, maybe a little more durable, a little bit more all-purpose than a leather footbed or a vegan leather footbed that the Groove has. So just to wrap things up and to kind of summarize, again, I'm really enjoying this sandal. The foot shape is great. It really matches my wider feet. I have the ability to adjust that front strap to really meet the needs of the widest part of my foot. Love that back strap that's able to push my foot forward. It's a good looking sandal. It's easy to slip on and off. Again, it has that 9mm stack height, which is kind of just right for not being too minimal, but can kind of do everything. Has that nice flexibility, and overall, it's kind of exceeding the expectations that I had for it. So again, this is review 1 of 2 for ZuZu Barefoot Sandals, with this being the Drift and later the Groove. You may be watching this in the future and the Groove review is already posted. If so, I will link it here so that you have quick access to that. If you have any comments, any questions, or anything you'd like me to answer, feel free to leave them below in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.